Hello and welcome back to Vinrilandia and all of the amazing things that go on here. And it's crazy, all these cultists and goat people. What do we even know? So last time we mostly worked on this final expansion of Bat Town, which will bring Bat Town to its ultimate greatness. This is it. It's a nice residential, some commercial, maybe offices. I think it's just residential and commercial. And a really poorly placed elementary school. It's just so bad. It's like there's a highway here and an off ramp. It's just not good. All of those poor children will forever face that ridiculous school. Then we also built this big roundabout here. Nope, this one. And this is going to help the flow of traffic into Cultopia and is actually working, which is impressive, I think. Okay, I think it's working. I don't know. It's doing a good enough job. So then, what do we need to deal with now? We have a huge demand for both residential and commercial. So that's telling us that we need to build another section. Potentially another metropolis section. So let's see. What is a nice place to build a metropolis? We got Branburg here. We got Bat Town here. You know what? This spot. Right across from Branburg, we're going to have a brand new big metropolis area here. So, how are we going to do that? Well, we can start by putting potentially this end road. Oh, I wanted a big bridge, but it looks like it's not going to work. Unless that park is the thing that's in the way. Okay, so what I'm thinking is build a big road across the river, and that'll be the main artery road of this second place over here. And that'll be nice, won't it? It'll be really nice. Oop. Nope, that's not how moving things work. So we're going to put that there. And then let's see about building this big road. It is possible! Brilliant, I love it. So we are just going to put it right up to here. And it is just going to be a big through road. We're going to need to think about switching this to two-way. I don't know if Branburg can take it, but we're going to do it anyway. Branburg, welcome to an age of two-way roads. I'm sorry that you had to suffer for so long with one-way roads. I know that it's not very normal for roads to be only one way in the middle of a city, but we've brought you back to normality. So there we go. This will be a big arterial road of this third, it's actually the third, metropolis area. So let's start it out. At some point we will, actually pretty much very quickly, we're going to need to get its own off and on-ramp system. But for now, we'll just leech off of Branburg and cause its traffic to just fall into terrible disarray as we put so much more onto it. Here we go. Let's build it this way. We're going to build these two roads hitting there, and instead of making a ton of intersections along the main road, we're just going to have that one road come in there. Similar, I think we did this over in the unnamed lands. Yeah, we did, with this E-shaped thing, just to cut down on total intersections on the main road. And then let's get our first batch of housing in here. It's going to be entirely housing. So many people will live here across the river from Branburg. What amazing antics shall occur here? Who knows? This metropolis is obviously, without a doubt, the true rival of Branburg. These two, well, Branburg, of course, being the normal city that it is, cannot accept anything that isn't normal. So, what did the not so normal people do to try to get away from the tyranny that is Branburg? Well, they went over here. They went all the way over to I don't know. We'll come up with a name in a second. But they came over to here and they built for themselves a new life and a new civilization. In other words, they boldly went where no one has gone before, across a river. And now this metropolis stands as the greatest competition that Branburg has ever had. I know what it shall be called. I've come up with a name immediately, and it is brilliant. Give me but one moment, and we shall name this district. Here we go, guys. We got Branburg over there. What do we have over here? Let's just get this whole district area. This is going to be a really big metropolis, because so many people want to hide from the vicious hand of Branburg that they just need so much space. And it's not the Underhill district. It is, in fact, Whitsville. Nope, that was spelled wrong. Ville. There we go. Whitsville. In other words, the wittiest place in the entire region. After all of the people who didn't want to be under the tyrannical hand of Branburg have come over here. So there's going to be lots of wit. So much wit, it's disgusting. Like, you could literally choke on the amount of wit that exists in this particular section of the city. So, we've got our basic residential. We're going to get some high-density commercial right across the way so that the people of Whitsville don't actually have to go into Branburg, because they don't want to do that. They ran away from the terrible oppression office and the vicious things that occurred in Branburg. They don't want to ever cross that bridge again, except they're going to have to every time they want to leave, because right now, there's no other way to get out. It's okay, we'll liberate you eventually, maybe. Questionable. So let's get some parks in here too. Couple just concrete parks. You'd say this isn't very interesting for such a revolutionary place, but I beg to differ, my friends, because do you know what they do on those concrete parks? Bocce ball all day long. Literally all day long. They have tournaments every day. It's kind of concerning, but at the same time, it is exactly what you would expect out of Whitsville. It is amazing, and they are really good bocce ball players. It's crazy. I mean, seriously. Okay. So we're going to get this out here. Just keep everyone filled up with water. Even though all of their water does run through Branburg first, they actually have a filter right under the river that puts glitter into their water so that it comes out of the tap glittery. Maybe some adverse health effects, just a little, but it's fine because it's so strange and unexpected that everyone just loves it in Branburg. No, Whitsville. Nobody loves it in Branburg. In fact, there was this one time that the glitter actually got from Whitsville into Branburg. Oh my goodness, I can't even. It was terrible. It was absolutely ridiculous. There was a riot in Branburg, but it was a very peaceful riot of people in suits. So, it wasn't that bad. You might ask, oh, good lord. You might ask, what in the world am I building? I'm building an office sector. Why does it look so ridiculous? Because this is Whitsville, and Whitsville needs to have some ridiculous looking places. And after all, working in an office is such a dull thing to do. The only thing that you can do to make it nicer is to just throw down tons of crazy roads, just ridiculous things, so that getting to work, in the very least, is very interesting. Because that is what is going to keep these people going throughout the day, knowing that once they get out of work, they're going to have to go through those roads again. They're going to be like windy paths everywhere. I love it. This is so strange, so different from Branburg, and they're going to look across the river and they're going to be like, Branburg! Just shaking their fists ridiculously. Oh, yes. And I mean, every day. Literally every day. This is a large playground. That's not acceptable for this. This large forested park means... Come on, there's a road there. Accept that I'm placing this upon the road. You do not accept this, I shall light you on fire, computer. You are dead to me. You are seriously dead to me. Okay, there we go. Nope. Almost. Come on. You're gonna accept it at some point. So, every week, weekly, literally weekly, there's a ritual in Whitsburg in which as many of the people as can come down to this park, which may or may not ever get onto this road. Yes, we did it. Okay. That was really arduous, and I'm very sorry about that. But we put it on. People come into this park, which is the Fist Park, and they go right up to the edge of the park, and they just shake their fists for a full, like, legitimately hour and a half at the people at Branburg, whereas all the people living in these houses have to look out and just see a massive crowd of people just shaking their fists. And they're just like, what is going on? This is not normal. This is so strange. And they lodge complaints with the Branburg Office of Oppression. And the Office of Oppression is like, that's not Branburg. Can't do anything about it. It's too bad, guys. You're gonna have to deal with it yourselves. And they can't do anything because they don't want to go over there. I mean, going over to Whitsburg is practically capital punishment for people of Branburg. Practical Jokes University, where all of the young'uns learn all of the practical jokes necessary to be part of Whitsville. Okay, so Whitsville is coming along. It actually built up really quickly in a very small amount of time, which is incredibly redundant, so redundant that it is repeating itself. So let's see what we can do about further expansion. Let's do it this way. We're going to continue our expansion of Whitsburg by building another E. But it's going to be a smaller E. Because two E's of the same size, that's just ridiculous. I don't know what you're talking about. That is... no, I didn't want that. I want another section of high-density commercial. Very good. Very, very good. We're going to pipe it up. And look at this. A burgeoning rivalry between Branburg and Whitsville. Who will win? Two metropolises enter. One will leave. Except they're both going to stick around, so don't hold your breath for that one. So we've got Cultopia and Goatsburg just duking it out over here on the other side of the highway. We got Branburg and Whitsville just freaking out at each other, both being complete opposites of one another. And we got Bat Town with just 100 dead people because Batman is just punching people way too hard. Come on, Batman. It is key that you don't actually kill the people you fight, or else you don't have any moral high ground. At that point, you're just pretty much a criminal. There we go. We'll give him another crematorium, and that should deal with it. Let's actually look at that. Is there a crematorium thing? Crematorium availability. Perfect. Cemetery usage, 81%. Don't care about cemeteries. Oh, Goatsburg. Oh, Goatsburg. You don't have anything. Goatsburg, you're so neglected. Here, have a crematorium. A crematorium in your honor. The Goat Grill is a very controversial name, but they do actually cremate their goats. So it's not a completely incorrect name, it's just incredibly controversial. My goodness, the traffic here is disgusting. I don't want to look at it. Please don't make me look at it. Please, I want to go over here so I don't have to see that traffic anymore. Thank you. Okay. My goodness. Okay, we're getting some more residential demand. I love residential demand. It means I get to keep expanding things. And when I get to keep expanding things, it's just... that's like the whole soul of the game right there. Just continual expansion. So let's do it. We're going to get another residential section in Whitsville. Because it's not just an exodus. It is a mass exodus out of Branburg. The people of Whitsville have just completely had it with the crazy Iron Hand antics of Branburg. And it is over. So many people are just getting out of there. There we go, look at that. Look at that, we build ourselves up to be better than you, Branburg. You're nothing to us! The big question, though, is, does Whitsburg accept the cult? That is a question to be answered in the future, because there's still a raging debate within Whitsburg as to whether or not the cult is really the best way to go. Very debatable. What do we have here? Friendly neighborhood park, too normal. Fountain of life and death, maybe. What's this? Official park, psh. It's a Branburg thing. Whitsburg will have nothing of it. Ooh, a science center. Very interesting. What is this? High interest tower. Oh. Oh, a stadium. You know what Whitsville needs. Crazy stadium time. Bada boom. Whitsville has the magicians. The magician's stool. Representing the stool that is the stage in the actual stadium. Because they spent so much money building the actual outside of the stadium that they didn't have any money to build the stage inside. So everyone who performs there just has to sit literally... literally, they stand on a stool and perform. It is beyond anyone's understanding as to why anyone ever performs there. But I mean, it is packed all the time. There's always performers there. It is insane. Let's get some parks out in the back here, just to keep it up. Make it look nice. There we go. It doesn't look very nice, does it? Shh. It's okay. It's okay. We'll go and fix it later. There we go. The very beginning of Whitsville. Man, we got a lot of places now. It just started out as a cult group just making their way in the world. Eventually the goat people were like, psh, we don't want you guys, get out of here. And they were like, we were here first, and there was a big war, and then Branburg and Man, it is a city steeped in history. Anyway, that brings us to the end of the episode. Look at it all. It's amazing. Let's get a good angle. Very nice angle right there. Well, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe. Whitsville will continue to expand as we go on because Branburg is always being way too oppressive with people. Well, actually, as mayor of the city, I can't say that. Branburg is being just oppressive enough and not too much. However, tons of people are leaving to Whitsburg and they're building up quite nicely. So yeah, thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.